How's it going, guys? Welcome to Footy Geek, the channel where we talk about all things football. This is episode 3 of a 4-part series where we cover the transfers that happened in the Premier League and what it means for your FPL squads. So, if you enjoy our videos, please share us. Please share our videos, like our videos, and subscribe to our channel so that you can support us. And I guess the content of this video would be on the same line. So without wasting much time, we'll just go to the transfer roundup. We've already covered 10 teams. So today we'll start with the 11th team, which is uh, the Premier League champions. So Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool, I would say they've not done much in the transfer window in terms of sheer numbers, but they might just have completed the bargain of the transfer window in the form of Thiago. He brings a lot of quality and pedigree, and in today's market, Liverpool got him for a fairly cheap price. Especially when you consider that he started in the Champions League triumph for Bayern Munich as well. So that was the major signing from Liverpool. They've also got Diego Jota, who probably might not be starting for them immediately in the season, but he brings much needed quality in the uh, latter part of the season, especially when African Cup of Nations comes into the picture, and also quality of the bench to make an impact as well. Yeah, so meet your views.
Yeah, hi all. So regarding Liverpool, I think they almost completed they addressed basically they addressed every major area during the summer. Cover for Salah and Mane, and midfielder who would be a creative midfielder who either can play deep or in the number 8 role. So I think Thiago was in that regards a very good signing. If you look at the interview, Klopp said that they signed Thiago to uh, means to play better against the low block teams. So although he played in Munich for Bayern in number 6 role, but I think he will play advanced role here in number 8. But it might be gradually shifted. I don't think he would be directly shifted to a number 8 role. I think he will start initially in number 6. But as the season progresses, you would see making him transition into number 8 role. So I think
Like you
it is
said,
a
I
good
think he
call.
brings some much needed creativity, right?
Yes, that was the thing missing from Liverpool's midfield. So I think the situation got addressed rightly. Regarding the fullback cover, the left back cover was needed. I think for the right back cover, we have Neco Williams and Milner always who plugs the gap anyway. So we thought that we had covered everything. Then Ellison injury happened, and I think we still need a goalkeeper cover
I
because
heard
Adrian
rumors of
is.
Zach Butland. Uh, I don't know if
But
that would.
no, the category is behind. So I think that is one area of concern as of now. But let's see.
Yeah.
And regarding the after the that Aston Villa demolition job, it is possible that Gomez might lose place and Matip may play because he is fit now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that remains
And
to be seen.
I think then it also gives the option of playing Gomez at right back sometimes.
Yeah.
Matip at centre back.
Actually, what Liverpool decided was they were going to sign a fourth centre back or a midfielder. They decided to sign a midfielder. So what they will do is they will shift Fabinho to a centre back
Yeah,
role when needed.
we've already seen that in the season
Yeah, so
right now.
that is possible that you could see Fabinho playing few games in a centre back position.
That would also
Regarding the
accommodate Wijnaldum as well as Naby
yeah,
Keita or Henderson.
yeah, correct. So I think that situation would arise when Henderson, Keita, Fabinho, and Thiago all are fit. So we might see some changes. But regarding the FPL value, FPL, I think Salah and Mane are obvious choices. And apart from that, Trent or Robertson. Now,
Yeah.
I just before start of the season, I was picking my team, and I just noticed one thing that Trent scored 210 points last season.
Yeah.
So 210 points is more than Aubameyang and Sterling. So
Definitely, he brings a lot of assists.
so in terms of value wise, if I am thinking that even if Trent replicates anything near to that, right? So he would get around, let's say, 180 to 190 points, right? So at 7.5 points, he would be a bargain. If we are spending 11.5 12 million on midfielders, right? So if I get the same return at 7.5, then it would be a bargain. So I think
I would
Trent
agree.
or Robertson is a must-have. Robertson had 181 points, and he is a point 0.5 cheaper. And last year he was not taking left-sided corners; it was Salah who was taking.
Yeah.
And now he has started taking left-sided corners. So I think if you don't have budget, then you could opt for Robertson, because Robertson
Yeah.
finished with 12 assists and Alexander finished with 13 assists. So I think if you don't have budget temporary, you can shift to Robertson. But I would say at least have one of them
I think
and Salah.
all of the squads have like a combination of either Trent or Robertson, and in attack it's like Salah or Mane. I think all of
Yeah,
the squads are following that same pattern right now, like you just said.
I think I
Uh,
have seen many people going for Van Dijk, but in terms of FPL wise, I don't think it makes sense to have Van Dijk.
yeah, I think he's
When you
6.5.
yeah, when you have better options in, if you are spending 6.5, why not spend 7 and take Robertson? And
Yeah,
if you don't have
definitely.
budget, you can take Gomez or Martin. So I don't see much sense in having Van Dijk FPL wise, not in terms of player base.
I think
So
people
I
are
think
preferring Salah right now only because of his penalty duties.
yes,
So
yes.
I think it's a
I
combination of these four individuals that we're talking about that people have
yeah,
preferred right
yes. Think that will be that way only going ahead also.
now. Moving to the outs. So okay, okay, these are the outs I have strongly titled it. So the interesting out that I saw was Brewster. So he has completed his move to Sheffield United, and I feel he can be an interesting option, especially because this season there has not been a striker that has made that slot his own. So we've seen many strikers being used by Sheffield United, but I would say that Brewster might get some much needed game time, and it is a cheap striker alternative that can prove to be useful in the long run. Apart from that, Lovren and Lallana also climbed. So all three of the Southampton players that were signed by Liverpool have moved on. So that is in terms of the outs that Liverpool have. Opinions about
I
Brewster?
think
Me?
I think Brewster is a good option to have. He had good spell at Swansea
Yeah.
in Championship after the COVID thing. So I think he scored 8 to 9 or 11 goals. I don't know the figure exactly, but he had a very good spell. So he was on the radar of many Championship club as well as Premier League club. Now
Yeah.
the decision was to either send him on loan or to transfer him out permanently with a buyback clause. So I think what Liverpool decided was to have a buyback clause and a sell-on clause, but the buyback clause is available for 3 years. So
Yeah.
what it did was it helped him get some game time as well as it benefited Liverpool on short-term
Yeah.
basis. So
I
I
think it
think
was
it
a
was a
good
good.
decision.
So thing with Brewster is he's a goal scorer. He's a genuine goal scorer, but he's not that type of guy who will do a what you could say hold up play. He's a poacher kind of player who finishes in the
Box in the
box.
box.
Yeah, you could say that. So I think you won't see him involved in much of a gameplay, but if it's in the box, then suddenly he comes alive. So I think if he blanks, he will blank, but if he scores, then he can chip in with a few goals. But I think at 4.5, you can't ask for more.
Exactly. So I think even those 2 points every fixture would be a great help.
Yes. And I think Sheffield need that, and I think we should start like regularly.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just move on to the runners-up, Manchester City. So Manchester City, I think Pep Guardiola has finally signed another couple of centre backs this window in the form of Ake and Ruben Diaz. It's like, he has been signing a lot of centre backs. Would be interesting to see if he has finally found the centre back to partner with the force in the heart of the Man City defense. So they've not ideally, I think they've not had a very good start to the season. They've looked quite shaky on many occasions. But like City would be hoping for a quick recovery for either Gabriel Jesus or Aguero. So them coming back would revitalize the squad, and I think that could mean KDB as well start scoring quite a few points.
Yes.
I think KDB is a doubt for the upcoming weekend though. Yeah,
Yeah, I just saw that. I think we might know more on Friday, maybe.
I think he might not start, but I think it is a game of much importance. It is like against Arsenal, so maybe Guardiola can probably risk him as well. We'll have to see that. But
Possible.
I think their potency comes from their strikers, and them being without a striker right now is hurting them as well. So
Yes. Actually, it is hurting more uh, to Sterling, I would say.
yeah,
Usually, what happens is he starts wide, he comes in, and he gets benefit of Aguero and De Bruyne's service. So what is happening is although he is not good enough to just stay wide and make an impact. So usually comes in middle through the game, and maybe De Bruyne or Foden shifts wide. So let's see how it goes.
I think Ruben Diaz could prove to be a good signing because from what I've seen, he has the Pep Guardiola attributes that he was looking for.
To
But
be honest, I
I
haven't
think
seen, so
yeah,
maybe I will see him now, how good he is or type
so
of player he is.
Laporte had the sorted, left-sided centre back sorted. So I think Ruben Diaz might prove to be good enough on the right, but obviously he'll probably need a settling in period as well. So we'll have to see as the season develops. Uh, in terms of the outs, I think they lost Leroy Sané to Bayern Munich, which is a huge blow. They've also lost David Silva, who was a really long servant of the club. Man City in recent years have always had a wealth of attacking talent at their disposal, but this year it seems like they might lose some impetus. They bought in Ferran Torres, but I think it remains to be seen how he settles because it would be difficult from him coming to a new league, and there would
Was
obviously be some settling in period.
I think it was not a direct replacement for Sane. I think
Yeah,
we
yeah,
must vote in more than
and I
Torres.
think Leroy Sané had a huge quality that he brought. Ferran Torres might have that quality, like a different sort of quality. I've seen him play, and he's a different sort of a player. He's more similar to Bernardo Silva, I would say, than to Leroy Sané. But let's see. I think on the wings, they'll probably start with Mahrez and Sterling for now, and Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva might come into the picture as the season develops as well.
I think they might chip in midfield maybe
Yeah,
when Champions
yeah,
League.
yeah. Okay. Uh, Move on to the next team, which is the next door rivals, Manchester United. So they've signed Edinson Cavani and Alex Telles on deadline day. Not exactly the headline signing that they were looking for after the pursuit of Jadon Sancho this whole summer. It would be interesting to see how Cavani can cope up with the Premier League because in the past we've seen Man United sign the likes of Falcao and Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic, I would say, did fairly well, but Falcao's time in the Premier League was one to forget for him. So uh, Cavani comes with a lot of pedigree, but he also comes after a season where the goals did dry up for him. So it remains to be seen how he copes up. Alex Telles, I would say, would be a regular starter over Luke Shaw, and uh, seeing him from his photo days, he provided a good defensive cover as well as he chipped in with quite a few goals and assists. So that
I
might
think
be
he
a
was the
good
penalty
signing.
taker there.
I don't think so, but like
No, actually, I read somewhere that he took more penalties there. I'm not sure though.
okay, neither am I actually. But I did see him in the attacking third a lot. So he's an ideal player for left back or left wing back. I would say more suited to his position. So I see him starting. I think their best signing would be Donny Van de Beek. Personally, I like him a lot. So he can do both sides of the midfield, at proper ease because he's good in attack as well as defending. The question mark is how the midfield shapes up because you already have Bruno and Pogba. So it would be interesting to see if they can play in a midfield three. But I think it might be just too attack minded.
Hmm. I think in terms of transfers, if you look at United, they were very disappointed that they did not get Sancho. But if you ask me, Sancho was unrealistic to begin with.
120
They,
million
yeah,
pounds.
during the COVID, what they are doing is they are targeting wrong players and raising the expectations of fans, and then failing to get the targets.
Yeah,
They were doing similar sort of things during Bruno as well. I remember they lost 2 matches, and suddenly they agreed to sign Bruno.
yeah,
So I think they should have had realistic alternative targets to Sancho if they could not get him. Right? There is nothing wrong in having an alternative target. Like Liverpool were chasing Sar, but
yeah,
what happened in that deal was that they were asking for 40 million plus 10 million add-ons. So the deal would have been closer to 50 million, right?
yeah. So they
In
went for
terms of
Jota.
Jota, we were already selling that Kijana Hua to them for 13 million, and their asking price was 43 million, right? So
Correct.
effectively, Jota came for 30 million. So it was a alternative option to Sar, and I think that was a good business. So I think if they were looking to sign Sancho and they did not get Sancho, then they should have at least had alternative target in their mind.
Yeah.
Uh,
We hear the Malang Sar again, Ismaila Sar again being mentioned for them because the EFL window is still open. But I have my doubts if Greenwood or Ismaila Sar in terms of their quality. So I don't
I
know if
think
Ismail
Sar
Assar is
has pace.
a Manchester United quality player, to be very honest.
Yeah, no, I don't think so because he has pace, but apart from that, he won't be suited to a United game.
Yeah. Like they just
Let's
signed Daniel James last season, and now he is completely out of favor. So uh, I don't know. Their transfer policy, I don't know, seems
I
suspect.
think what they did was change majority. I think James played majority on left wing, majority part on left wing, and they initially played him on left wing in United time, right? And he scored 3 or 4 goals in, I guess, in starting matches. But then shifted him to right wing. He lost his confidence, and I guess he lost his place in the team. If you are always going to play Martial or Rashford on left wing, then I don't understand why did you sign James?
Correct.
Because if you if you if you already knew that James was not going to work out on right wing, then maybe you should have gone for the player who was more comfortable on the right wing.
I think they've not
So
addressed the issues that they had at the start of the season. So uh,
yes,
we might be proven wrong by the likes of say Edinson Cavani in the future, but uh, on paper right now it seems that they've not addressed all the issues that they had.
yes, and I I think they haven't improved their defense, and I don't know how long will they continue with DDG.
Yeah, okay, definitely. Like Dean Anderson has been playing well, and uh, his form, David De Gea's form, has been quite suspect since like the past few seasons. So we might as well see that replacement happening as well. In terms of the outs, Smalling joins Roma on a permanent deal. And I dare say he could very well have started in that United defense actually, because I feel it's like Lindelof and Smalling. There's not anything major in between them. Also, Alexis Sanchez moves to Inter, bringing his miserable spell to an end. So that was a financially hurtful deal for them. They've cut their losses. No other major outs, I would say. Uh,
I
but
think what they are struggling at is they have signed similar sort of center backs. I mean, Maguire, Lindelof, and all sort of players need a leader alongside them.
correct.
So it was the same issue Liverpool had. Liverpool signed Lauren, Sakho, and all sorts sort of players, but they needed leader alongside him. Now, if you see Van Dijk playing, you can see that automatically Lauren, Marty, or what you say, Gomez automatically performing better.
Correct.
I
They
think
just
what
improved overnight.
yeah. So I think what their issue is, Maguire and Lindelof are similar sort of players, similar in terms of the leadership quality and what you can say their overall impact on the team.
Correct.
So I think if they sign a one leadership quality player like let's say Koulibaly or anyone else like that, then you would see Maguire and Lindelof automatically performing better.
I
But
think
I
their
don't think.
argument was that they already had so many centre backs on paper. They were not able to ship out most of those centre backs. So
And I
they,
think they
on
thought
paper, they don't
Maguire.
need any further centre backs.
Yeah, true. And I think they thought that Maguire would be a leader, but he clearly is not. So,
Let's see. Let's see.
like,
Still quite early days in the season, but the signs are that they are still lacking in certain areas. Uh, Moving on, and we've moved on to Newcastle now. So they have made some shrewd signings, I would say, with the likes of Callum Wilson, Jeff Hendrick, Brian Fraser. They were all bought in cheap, and they slotted in immediately in the starting lineup. Wilson is, I would say, another cheap striker option that you guys can consider for your team, especially because he is on penalty duties as well. We've already seen him with double-digit scores in this season. So Jamal Lewis is another player that they've signed, and again he's slotted in at left back immediately. So he can be an interesting option in terms of defensive cover if you're looking for a cheap one. Uh,
yes,
your views?
I think I think they have signed well this time. I think
Yeah,
last time they signed Jolinton and it failed. So
yeah.
this time they have gone for safer options. I think Fraser on free, Hendrick also provides good midfield cover, and Wilson
I
has
think
been
they've
a very
sorted
good.
out the pain points that they had. They did not have a goal scoring striker because of Joe Linton failing, and they've bought in Wilson. They were struggling on the wings as well, so they've bought in two wingers, which I think they've both had Premier League experience, so they've bought in quite well.
I think this Alan signed Maximin and Almiron. So Wilson ahead of them looks good. I think they will have a good season compared to last one
Yeah,
because They signed the left back cover, midfield cover, and I think striker. They needed that sort of striker who would score at least 10 to 15 goals. So I think overall they had a good window.
I feel definitely, like you said, Wilson does come in that 10-15 goal bracket at least, if not more. So that is an interesting option for the FPL teams to consider.
Okay.
In terms of the outs, Jack Colback and Rob Elliott have been released, with them being with the club for some time. But their departures do not really affect their starting lineup. So no major outs.
Yes.
Moving on to the next team, Sheffield United. There I say the overachievers of last season. Not because they were not deserving, but no one saw that coming. So they've not started this season in the best fashion, and they've struggled to replicate their performances of last season. I would say they've not settled to a starting lineup as well. Uh,
Yes.
they have new signings, Ramsdale and Padu have started for them already, but you've also seen Burke start every now and again. So Burke is an interesting option because he costs 4.5 and he has been listed as a midfielder, and he has thus far started every game. Uh,
Hmm.
with Brewster coming into the picture, maybe we can see a change up there as well, like we already discussed. So
Hmm.
that would be interesting to see, and it would again give you a different sort of a budget option.
I think they have everything apart from goals. So
Correct.
what had happened last season was uh, they were shutting down the opposition and managing to find a goal. Now the issue is they are struggling to find goals, and in the process they are also conceding. So I think with a genuine goal scorer, they should be back on track. But I think they will struggle this time. I think it will be a mid-table finish for them, unless they turn the corner and start performing again. But I don't see that happen.
Definitely. Uh, it seems like, if I'm not wrong, there was a goal difference of 0 last season. So, like you said, they found goal scoring to be quite difficult last season. So, let's see if the new signings can give them that much needed impetus.
Right. I think Luis Musset and others, they all chipped in with a few, but this
Yeah.
time I don't see them having that sort of impact.
In terms of the outs, no major outs really, mostly bench or bench players, you would say. So let's see if the second season syndrome hits Sheffield, or if they can replicate the success of last season. With that, we come to an end for this video. We will conclude this series with the last of 4 videos soon. Until then, please support our channel with like, share, and subscribe. Uh, that's it from my side. Meet any last words from you?
No, not at the moment. Maybe in the last episode of this series.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So see you in the next video. Peace out.